Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. This is Kay, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. So let's begin. Let's start your reading with past, present, and future energies using the Zodiac 108. And I want to say thank you for being here and watching this video. I hope you're all doing well. Okay, so what does Archangel Michael, does Sagittarius have for past, present, and future energies? These two obviously want to come out. And this one. Okay, that one's upside down. Alright, what we got? We got for past energy, you have optical illusion. Alright, optical illusion. Not what it seems. Mirage, trap, unclear, visual effect, confusion, head trip, trick, hallucination, hocus pocus, sleight of hand, projection, predictive programming. Okay, past energy. Something was not as it seemed. It wasn't clear. You might have felt trapped in something because it wasn't what you thought it was. And it has kind of played tricks on your head, on your mind. Head trip. Okay, present day energy, you have eclipse. Alright. Union of opposites, conceal, event, mask, upstage, merge, transform, camouflage, hide, overshadow, loss of power, temporary block, support, sudden darkness, and reveal. That is kind of like opposites here in everything here. We've got union of opposites, concealing, and then we have transforming, we have hiding, then we have support, and then reveal. So we got hiding and reveal. Lack of power. Power is temporarily blocked, loss of power, and then you have support. So I'm not sure why it's so dichotic, but it's the eclipse, right? Okay. Let's see what you have for future. Chess. Right. We've got strategy, planning, checkmate, grand design, thinking ahead, tactics, moves, and counter moves, master plan, course of action, power play, game theory, consequences of actions. So it looks like you're getting on your game. At a time when you were feeling like things were not as they seemed. It might have been something like a relationship, or it could have been something about your job, your work that you were doing. Maybe it's just a friendship or some kind of event or project that you were involved in, that things seem to be a certain way, and then as you progressed along the way, it started, red flags started popping up, and you started seeing things differently than you first perceived them to be, and that you agreed to be a part of, even if it's a relationship. Okay, somebody could have been wearing a mask back then. So that's your past. So right now, it's kind of like you're trying to move from, the transitioning stage from being kind of in a vulnerable place where you just can't make sense or head nor tails out of something, because you just can't believe that, being bamboozled, being sheep pulled over wool pulled over your eyes, the wool pulled over your eyes, just kind of feeling like you've been duped here, or manipulated or taken advantage of in some way, that, it's caused you to want to run. It caused you to want to go the other direction. You just want to either want things to change the way you had first been shown it to be, that it should be, been promised it to be, whatever, that it was indicated to be a certain way, and you either want it to be that way or you want to, split and run for the hills to get away from it. So there's a transition period right now in the present day energy that you're in. So you're kind of feeling like, I don't know, maybe the Two of Swords, but it's like, I can't see clearly enough at this time because, well, the moon is blocking the sun. And so you're not really absolutely certain that you should, what move to make. Not really absolutely certain. Whether you should run for the hills or just kind of hang out and see if things get better. If things start progressing back or progressing to the way that you were told things were going to be. Like if it's a relationship, the person that's dating you, that you're dating or in a relationship with, they were presenting themselves to be a certain way. And like, for example, maybe they said that, well, they're working, and, security and safety is a very important aspect of a healthy, loving, romantic relationship. So you want to know that you're a person, if you have integrity and you're working and you're being honest and whatnot, you want to make sure that your person, whatever they say they're doing for work, they're actually doing that work. They might still be working for the company, but they may not be in the position that they say that they're in. Just kind of arouse where they're kind of pretending to be something they aren't. And you want to know, well, maybe it is like in the next month or so that they are actually going to be in that position. They were just telling you that they're already in that position. So you kind of want to kind of do a little research and investigation into, talking to other people about, if you're in a group belonging, engaged in a project or something like that, you want to talk to the people involved. You might want to talk to the people who had been in the project before and had left for whatever reason. So you're not going to say I'm leaving, but you're not really committed to staying either, if we can say that, with the eclipse energy. And so by doing your due diligence and checking out what the facts are, whether it doesn't matter what dynamics we're talking about, relationship, work, even your health, if you want to talk about having been told that you'd been diagnosed with a certain disease, let's say, maybe high blood pressure or something like that, or I always say diabetes is one, but a heart disease, anything, and you want to get a second opinion because there could be deadly consequences if you're misdiagnosed, and if you're misdiagnosed, then it's kind of like you're treating symptoms that aren't really there, or you're treating a disease that's not there. And you want to make sure that if you do have the disease, that the first doctor that diagnosed you with it, that you're going to get a second opinion, right? Second, maybe even a third opinion. Could be a mental health diagnosis of, let's say, bipolar disease, where it's manic and depressive, right? Bipolar disease, and it's just maybe just not as drastic as bipolar disease that one therapist diagnoses you with, a psychologist or psychiatrist diagnoses you with. It could maybe be more of a milder form, not of bipolar, just that you have both tendencies, both symptoms of being down for a day or so and then feeling like everything's okay the next day, but you're not manic. That's the difference, is that you could be, your mood swings could swing from one to the other, from one day to the next, or one moment to the next, but it's not like you're going into a deep depression to a full-on manic episode. where, you know, you just are really out of control. You would be really out of control and doing some really risky behaviors during that time, the manic time. And your psychiatrist might have diagnosed you bipolar, and that would be the, you know, with manic episodes or whatever. You want to maybe get a second opinion from another psychologist or psychiatrist, because you're maybe thinking this is serious enough, because you have to take medicine now in order for it to manage your you know, the inner, you know, your biological makeup that causes having too much serotonin, too much this, not enough that kind of thing. So you want to make sure that you talk to somebody else, because if you're going to be labeled with having bipolar 1 or 2, whatever it is, you want to make sure that that's exactly what it is. So you're going to do some research. In other words, you're going to do your due diligence, right? And that will help transform you into, okay, let's say you are diagnosed with diabetes. Let's just go with that. You're diagnosed with diabetes. Okay, what's the plan now? What's the strategy? Okay, well, you got to see your doctor. You got to visit your doctor every 3 months, and you've got to keep a record of what your units are, your blood sugar levels are. You know, by either pricking your finger and testing the blood, or you get this thing that sticks in your arm or on your leg, probably on your arm, that can read it with your phone. That way you're not pricking your finger all the time. So you've got to have a plan, a strategy. What's the strategy? Let's say it's a relationship. You want to have a strategy about how to go ahead with this relationship. If you decided to stay with it, do you need to implement healthy boundaries with this person? I'll only accept certain things from you, behaviors from you, and there will be some that I won't tolerate at all. Like they might drink a lot every night that they come home, and you've been tolerating it, but now it's like you're saying, no, I'm only going to accept you and be in your life if you really bring down the number of drinks you have, or if they're a smoker, or they like to talk to ex-girlfriends or boyfriends or something, you know. Maybe they leave their socks, their dirty, stinky socks, laying in the middle of the floor, just anywhere, wherever they decide to take them off. You're just going to kind of implement some house rules, which would be healthy boundaries for you. Okay, moving forward. All right, let's find out from Lenormand what else about these energies. We have the snake card. Very interesting. The snake card. So, lies and deception. A snake can be seen as very, very spiritual as well, because the snake lets go of an old skin and grows into a new one, which shows that transition. But in this case, it could very well be that, because you're not sure at this moment in time whether or not the snake energy can transform into a better situation for you, a better romantic partner, you know, behaving differently. And so you're not certain if things are going to change in favorable ways, in ways that you had expected them to be, that you had hoped they would be, that you were told they would be. All right, and we got that I call it the King of Cups, which is gentleman number 1 holding a rose, waiting for, you know, lady number 1 who holds a rose as well. I call her the Queen of Cups in this deck. So yeah, there's something about this whole thing, Sagittarius, that it's favorable if you stay with it. But you may need to tweak things. You may need to talk to people about the things that you are not seeing happening, but were expected that they would, like in a project or whatever, even in a romantic relationship, even in your health. If you are being told, let's say in your health, that you have a certain diagnosis and that things are going to either get worse, right? Get worse, and you needed to find out for sure through a second opinion if that's really the facts, if that's the facts, because if you actually have the diagnosis, there is treatment for it right now that you could start improving your life, improving your well-being right now. But there's something in the back of your head that's saying, check into this, check into this. So you check into it and you find out it's not as bad. It's not as bad as you thought it were told that it was going to be for you. So in other words, you're sitting there in a favorable light in the sense that things are not nearly as bad, that you could feel safe and secure now, like let your hair down, relax. This fellow is relaxed. He's sitting on a chair and he's very relaxed. He's patiently waiting for his Queen of Cups to show up. So that would be your energy then, where the situation transforms. It says situation transforms itself. The mask is removed. The moon eventually moves across the sun, where the light is more and more revealed. So the truth of the situation is more and more seen, or more and more revealed. And so then we have child here for the future energy. And so the child is like a brand new, something brand new, a brand new beginning, right, children? Brand new beginning and innocent. So you find a strategy that is going to be favorable for the situation once you finally get the facts on what it is that you have been facing, that you've been dealing with. Okay, and once you do that and you start feeling, okay, I got a handle on this, I do have a handle on this right now, by finding out what can be done about whatever it is that you got yourself into that has been kind of disconcerting and uncertain for you. So you have finally done your due diligence at this time, gotten the facts, gotten information that you needed in order for you to move forward in a strategic way. That is the strategy of it, is that there's going to be things and ways that you can go about something that's going to cause your life to feel like you're okay. A child just wants to know they're safe and secure. That's all they want to know. They just, and loved, but safe and secure in that love. They want to know that there are people that take care of them, love them, and they're going to keep them safe and secure. So that's where you're going to be at. You're going to be in an energy of feeling like I'm okay. I'm okay. Things are good. This is going to... Okay, so if I'm diagnosed, let's say, with diabetes, okay, well, there's a plan, there's strategy, there's medicine, there's certain types of insulins, there's different types of insulins that maybe I don't have to take an insulin shot every time before I eat, like 3 or 4 times a day, or I just only have to take one in the morning, an insulin shot, or one at night. Maybe I just have to take a pill. I could take a pill instead of actually an injection of insulin. It's the strategy of it, right? It's going to be a strategy that you're going to be good with. You're going to feel okay with. You may not be completely happy that you have been diagnosed with diabetes, but since you are, and it is diabetes that you have, you've got the second opinion, you've done your due diligence, you asked questions, you looked into the situation, you're feeling a little bit more relaxed because things aren't as bad as you first thought they might be. And so you got a plan with your doctor, your specialist, whatever, of how to manage your diabetes in the most inobtrusive way. In a way that is just, it's going to be easy enough to put it into your daily routine, where you weren't doing anything like that before. So it's just going to be an extra little, bump in the road for you on your daily routine. But once you start doing it for, like, say 6 weeks, it just becomes, second nature. It's like grabbing a cup of coffee in the morning. You just grab your insulin pen or your pill, and down it with your vitamins, all at the same time. You take a pill. With the insulin, you might You might just be having one of those injection pens that all you do is take it out of the fridge and you just simply inject yourself with it in the thigh or in the belly or whatever. Simple, and it's done. And that pen just goes back in the fridge because it's something that you can use for a while until there's no more insulin left in it, because it's dialed to whatever units that you have to take. Okay, so let's look at temperance. This is where you at. Temperance. Let's find out what clarifies that. So that is you in that relaxed energy right here. Can you see the kitty? Temperance. Yeah. So the moon is crossing the sun. It's moving out of the way, and things are becoming clear to you. You're feeling relieved and hopeful, let's just say, that you can relax, and because everything's okay, everything that you need is available to you, have access to it, and you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. Okay, the Emperor. Yeah, that's you taking charge of your life, or it's you reaching out to somebody in an authority position, somebody who is like a specialist, somebody who is maybe if it's somebody that you need to go to for information, research, whatever, you're going to be connecting with somebody who's going to help squelch all of your worries and concerns about the situation that was not clear to you before. That's awesome. And like these are two major arcana. Of course, that's a major arcana. All of those cards in that deck is major arcana, but a major arcana comes out to clarify it. So it just goes to show the Emperor is like the boss man. He is the most powerful and highly exalted figure in the deck, tarot deck. So you definitely either have managed to grow into, through this experience that you're having, like life's lessons, right? Grow into taking charge of your life and making sure that whatever problems and obstacles you were facing back here that were very unclear to you and scary, maybe even so, because you got somebody who is this is deception, right? Deception and tricky, like something was tricky, something wasn't as it seems. And so the snake energy is just saying, I'm going to tell you this, but it's really that kind of thing. Or I'm just going to make it out as being as a terrible thing, a terrible, scary thing. A snake, right? Terrible, scary thing, like, ew, gross, eek, get it away from me, that kind of thing, like cockroaches. So it's a terrible, scary thing that is not something that you expected in the situation that you were in. Again, it could be a relationship, romantic relationship, or a friendship, or work, or whatever, your health, finances even. So, but the transition, there was a transition, because the snake does lose its old skin and grows, a new hide to live in. So they're sort of kind of like reborn, a reborn being, right? A snake. Anyways, this is what you are. Either you are feeling that you've gotten all the information you need to make a very informed decision, and you're bossed up. You're feeling like you're in control. You're in control of this now. Okay, I got this under control. Or you've got, and it could be or you've got somebody else who is helping you to reveal the mysteries to you through information that you're gaining from somebody who knows something about this, an authority figure on the subject. So that looks really, really good. Awesome, in fact. So let's find out, Sagittarius, what more about the story we got going on here. Happy for you. It's all going to work out well from what these cards are saying. Archangel Michael, what do we got? we have the King of Pentacles. So somebody presented themselves to be in the light and energy of being all that. King of Pentacles, living in the realm of the 3D of the world, the third dimension, not like the fifth or sixth dimension, okay? The one that really knows and that has navigated very, like, has done a lot of work to know a lot of stuff about finances in particular, about money, about business, about what people want, what people need, that kind of thing. They came across to you, the situation came across to you in an energy of everything's good, like everything's fine. Everything is fine. You don't have to worry. We've got this. We've got this. So it could be your romantic partner coming across as somebody that they really aren't. Like I talked about how they may be working with a company and they're telling you they're in a certain position, but they're not. They're in more of a lower position on the totem pole there. So they are possibly trying to trick you into seeing them in a different light, than what they really are. And it's been confusing to you, and you've been learning some things about the situation. If it's the health, it's the same thing. You've been told that you have this diagnosis, and it's in this kind of energy that going to multiply. If you think about finances, right, it's going to get worse very, very quickly, and it could become debilitating for you, like this. So let's see, we've got the Four of Pentacles, and it's okay. So the Four of Pentacles energy is saying hold on, hold on to your hat, because hold on to your hat, because the storm's just going to get worse, right? So hold on to anything you can hold on to. In other words, don't make a move. Don't be hasty and make a move. This is what the situation is trying to convince you of. Don't worry, everything's okay. Don't make a move. Don't be hasty now. Hold on to what you've got, because it is all that for you. The diagnosis you have, it is right. It is the right diagnosis for you. It is whatever this specialist said. It's gonna progress this way. Like the pathology of it and the prognosis and whatever. It might seem grim, right? It might seem like grim. No, I don't want that. But that's what the past energy is about. That's been freaking you out, scaring you, like a snake would. And then we have the Seven of Cups. But then you see, you've got options. The Seven of Cups is all about options. It's all about using your imagination to become aware of what other options you've got. And so you're going to have options that you're going to want to talk to somebody about, like I said, getting the answers, getting information, so that you become a decision maker who's very well informed, so that when the moon crosses the sun and it's sunlight, complete sunlight again, you're enlightened. It's an enlightenment for you, because you have all that you need in order to make an informed decision that's going to help you move into a strategy that's going to see you doing this with being okay. You're safe and you're secure. Either you're safe and secure with this person who's going to help you by bossing up themselves and saying, yes, I've been lying to you about this, or I'm sorry, I've been making you feel unstable, like that you can't really trust them, right? That they're being sneaky or tricky in some way. They're sneaking around behind your back. They're going to help you by move into this energy by giving you the goods, like bringing forward information that you needed to know in order for you to say, I'm going to stay with you, or I'm going to move on. So then we have the Queen of Wands. So this is you now, right? The Queen of Wands, you are taking action. You're an action taker. You're the one who fights for what's right. Sagittarius, and this is your energy, by the way, the Queen of Wands. So you are literally and presently sitting in your power, sitting in your energy as the Queen of Wands. You are definitely looking for, look at this face here of this Queen of Wands. She means business. She's serious. I don't know if you can see that, but she's darn serious. She's got like, don't cross me look on her face with her little black cat. And yeah, she's boss lady. She's boss lady. She's going to make sure that she has everything that she needs, because if she's going to go out and fight, you know, fight a battle, fight in a war, she's going to have everything in place. She's got to be well equipped. And she knows that. She's going to have a strategy, in fact. She's got to know what she needs to know and see what she needs to have in order for her to have a strategy that's going to be a winner strategy, because she goes out to win. She doesn't go out for any other reason but to win. And then we have the moon. Well, you see now, the moon is saying it's uncertain for you right now, because you know you got a strategy to win. You got your information, but you don't know the outcome. Well, we do know the outcome right here. The outcome is this. So it's still going to, but the energy is in the near future is that you're going to still be sitting in this like, okay, the moon still hasn't passed the sun. I still feel like there's still things that I'm just not quite clear on with this new strategy, forming this new strategy. I'm just not quite clear on this part of it or that part of it. And I just need a little bit more clarity. Hurry up, moon. Quit hiding the sun. I need some more clarity, right? And so you're going to be sitting in that energy just for a bit. As you see, we got another card to go. And then we have the King of Wands. So yeah, you are either going to be in a relationship with the King of Wands. It's a perfect match for you. And look at you right across from each other. With that moon in between. But you're going to be looking at somebody who's going to be able to help you, you know, with their strategy, because King of Wands is a fighter too, and it's all about strategy to win the war, win the battle. Yeah, and so you two are going to be a really great match for each other when it comes to moving forward. And so this could be a romantic partner, okay, but if it's not, it's like a doctor or a specialist. It's really going to be able to dial it down, your diagnosis, so that you can feel confident that everything's okay. You're okay. We've got this. We've got the right medicine. We've got the right treatment, and we're going to do this together, right? If it's work, it's the same thing. Your co-worker, you're going to have a co-worker or a supervisor or a boss that's going to, you know, basically take you under their arm, under their wing, and go through this, you know, this battle of you trying to figure out your new role in the job or the company and stuff like that. Don't worry about it, they say. You know, I got all sorts of people that can help you out with this, or I'm going to guide you the whole way. I'll be holding your hand. Don't worry. So it's all about not worrying, because this is what's happening. Peace. You got a powerful person. If it's not you, it could be or you and a powerful person that's helping you move forward in a very safe and secure manner. That you're going to be just fine, Sagittarius. Just fine. Don't worry about it. Try not to worry about it. I know that's easier said than done. But this person here, the King of Pentacles, may not be this person. If it's a relationship that you're in with the King of Pentacles, this person may not be this person. But they could be. Okay? So it's very, very possible that they evolved with you, that they transformed, they let go of their old skin, shed their old skin, and to become the person that you need them to be, with the King of Hearts, King of Cups right here. So that transition from the 3D world to the 5th dimension, because that's heart, that's spirit, that's love. The higher dimension is love. And so from the King Pentacles, the 3D, like, you know, nose stuck to the ground kind of person who really knows the 3D very, very well, inside and out. They are a master at it. They're a king after all. And but they're not necessarily balanced in their heart, with their heart space, okay? They know a lot about logic and rational, being rational and logical and stuff like that, because that's what makes business, right? So they're tapping into their heart space now, their heart energy, and then they transform into somebody who is like, I got heart, and I got bold reasoning. I got heart and I got bold reasoning, and I'm just going to do it. So let's get busy and do this, right? So it's very possible this is the person transforming through the situation with you, or it's that this person is this is you, and this person is somebody else other than this person. So however it resonates for you. Okay, so this is really great news for you, is that you've got somebody you can count on in whatever situation you're facing, whatever area of your life, if that's health, if it's love, relationships, or money, finances, or work, career, whatever area of your life that you are resonating with respect to this reading, you've got somebody in your corner who's on the same page with you about it, about the problem that you've been facing, that you are now learning what you can do about it, and then formulating a strategy to be able to overcome and feel safe and secure. The brand new, kind of like a new normal for you, especially if it's like a disease. If you've got diabetes, you're going to be living a new normal, because you are still okay. You're still okay. You've got it treated. You've got it under control. You're managing it. So it's becoming a new life for you now, because you've got to include insulin in your life and going to see your doctor every 3 months, at least for a while. Okay, so this is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I think it's very, very positive. And I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. So take care. Until then, bye for now.